Not everything is black or white. This is why we choose to challenge facts and opinions by going straight to the gray area. This is the Great People Podcast.
Yo, welcome back to the Great People Podcast. Before we get the episode started, just quick little heads up. Not sure what happened. Not sure if it was because we had to record it remotely, but at some point during the recording, it got a little out of sync. Like sometimes we start laughing before the funny stuff really happens and stuff like that. So it sounds a little funky, but it was a really fun episode to shoot. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Just like every episode, we put our hearts into it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Great People Podcast. This is Randy. I'm here with Raina and Sean. And we got a special guest today, Kyndra Crump. She's a comedian out of Atlanta trying to make it in the streets. So actually, that's what we'll be talking about, using our platforms and trying to find a way to connect with people out there and grow and have a career. So why don't we start with a little introduction? Tell us or tell our listeners a little something about you, Kyndra.
All right. Do you want a paragraph of something or you want a couple of sentences? How would you like it?
As long as you like
be
it.
Kicking in and I be going on a tangent. I done changed the whole subject.
Let's do it. Let's do it unplugged, as much as you like.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, can I use a little bit of profanity, or you want this to be TVY like Dora the Explorer?
Oh no.
Cool. All right. Well.
Yo, please be real. That's
cool.
all.
Well, my name is Kyndra Crump, aka the HNIC, because I am the head nigga in charge. How much am I the head nigga in charge? That's what my Wi-Fi name is. Okay, it says HNIC and HNIC2 right now, but HNIC1 got disconnected somehow. I don't know. I guess I got to talk to Comcast about that. But right now it's HNIC2. Okay, but I am from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a free-spirited hippie. I'm a child of God, which y'all need to find a real God to please believe in. Quit worshiping sphinx, cats, and trees and celebrities that ain't gonna write you back to in your DM, okay? They don't give a damn about you. All right, I always tell people, stay away from your friends in quotation marks who love shouting out their favorite rapper, their singer for their birthday, or they got all their pictures on their t-shirts. But they don't even remember when your birthday is, or they always got an excuse of supporting you. Stay away from those people, okay? All right. I'm so bad when it comes to people not telling me happy birthday, and I'm working on it, okay? I'm really working on it. I tell people a day before when my birthday is, all right? I tell people the day before, okay? I've had people call me from jail to wish me happy birthday. I've had people about to give birth wish me happy birthday. Probably somebody who was really sick wish me happy birthday. So what's your excuse? I tell people a day before. If you don't tell me happy birthday,
we're cutting you off.
You know, I mean, I know I should not do that, but I feel like, here's my thing. I don't have to speak to you all year long. I really don't. But the only thing I want you to do is just put HBD. That's a lazy way of saying happy birthday, but tell me happy birthday. But yeah, I'm actually a student at Clark Atlanta University. So I'm getting my degree in mass communications with a concentration of radio, television, and film. So my goal is to have the Kyndra Crump show. That way, when I make it, I'll fly you guys out wherever. I don't know if you guys might be in the same city that I'll be in. Okay, so yeah.
That sounds good.
I'll put you guys in a nice.
Hold on, real quick. Doesn't it snow in Atlanta?
Yeah, it does. It does. But we don't. So I think when it does snow, I stay home. I hibernate till spring. I'm like a bear. Okay.
I wish we could.
But yeah, y'all can definitely come on my show. I'll put y'all in a nice hotel, but still. Make sure you bring some bed bug spray, because Esmeralda and Maria don't really be like giving a damn about us like y'all think they do. Come on now. These people are overworked and underpaid. These 5-star hotels be having bugs too. Don't. They just want to be 5-star because you can park your Rolls Royce up front. Come on now.
Yeah, they get the same treatment as a 3-star hotel for sure.
Just saying.
No, hey, real quick. So you hit on something that I actually wanted to talk about. The, you mentioned friends and sometimes some of them being fake and these things. So, you're trying to come up as a comedian, right?
Mm-hmm.
How is that with the friends? Like, do you get some friends that are straight up hating and trying to be like, yo, you're not even funny? Or like, how does that work?
I haven't came across that yet. I think people who don't find me funny, they just let me know they don't find me funny. But I've had like more positive than negative reviews. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story, okay? So one particular day, there was this girl, and I'm doing so much better by not calling out names, because I don't like. You know what?
I heard you trying to say a name,
I'm
but
not
I
gonna
was
call
like
her name out because
reaching.
I
I
mean
was
we
like,
still
okay.
cool, but she already knows what's up. Okay, back to the story. But no, so what happened was, known this girl since like middle school. We were pretty much bosom buddies. Let me tell y'all how close we were. Okay, we were close to a point we have seen each other naked. Now I think she probably was the first person to see me naked outside of my doctor and my mother, and yeah, probably the first person, right? You know, she done taught me everything. You know, and I was like, man, she must want this old fat cat, right? Nah, she didn't want it. I'm like, bro, what you over here showing me your masturbation videos for? Don't you be doing that. Anyway, back to the story. So I remember I started having my videos posting in 2016. I posted my videos of Snapchat in 2016. And at the time, my material, you know, was like Little Kim hardcore and everything else. Like Little Kim hardcore album was just nothing but about sex. And so what ended up happening was I had to start studying after other comedians because I would have people say, Kyndra, you know, this is funny, but do you have anything else to talk about? So with all that being said, I started studying after other comedians. And 2018 was when I started posting the videos from Snapchat to Instagram. Now, when I started posting the videos, I asked her, she was one of many. I asked her if she, you know, could repost one of my videos in her story or on her page. I think this was before you can have IG stories on her page.
Yeah.
And she said, Kyndra, I would, but, you know, you use like a lot of, you know, choice words, profanity. And, you know, my father watches this. And I just don't want him like to you know, happen to look at it. Skirt, ma'am, you curse like a sailor, worse than a sailor. You actually be cursing with your dad, okay? What are you talking about? And you're living with a man that you're not married to, who you having a baby by the man's 20-some years older than you. Come on now. Come on. Is that not offensive?
Ooh.
So
that is very offensive. I would take offense. I beg, shut the fuck up.
So it's like
if you want to support. If not,
you know what? And I mean, and as time has progressed, there were other little tidbit things that she had done that made me realize people don't understand. There's a difference between the words. Like people don't know what the word a true friend is. You have friends, you have associates, you have acquaintances. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are more so of an associate than a friend, and we, you know, and stuff like that. But I thought she was a real friend. But then again, sometimes people don't want to support you because, again, they know like who you actually are. They know that, okay, they're probably not as dedicated. Like this might just be, they're just going through a phase with this or whatever else it may be. Mm-hmm. So I learned, don't take offense to it. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is, pretty much. And
what do they say? Some for years and some for seasons?
You have friends for you know, reason, season, and a lifetime and stuff like that. So again, it's definitely okay. Because you know what's so crazy? I used to think people who actually were best friends that you could sit here and do everything and tell that person everything. But let me tell you something. I done had people who have told me stuff, confided stuff, you know, within me that they didn't even tell their own best friend. I'm like, wow, I feel special right now. Come on, let's go get a room.
Yeah, sometimes,
you know, but anyway,
sometimes it's easier to definitely share things with people that don't know you really well, which I think is interesting, and it kind of connects a little with what we're trying to do, right? You're trying to come up as a comedian. We're trying to do this podcast thing, and I swear to God, I probably get more feedback and messages and things from people that I don't really know than those that we do know. I mean, even those that, you know, we consider like friends and family. You know, I think they might plug in here and there, listen to maybe 5 minutes, and be like, "Oh, shut the fuck up, Randy. We're, you know, moving on," or whatever. So it's interesting to see that dynamic. Like it really is. In a way, a really good thing. The fact that we have these platforms like Instagram, right? You have a pretty decent follower count on Instagram, and you know it gives you all these people that might never really see you in person. They will, of course, one day when we make it big. But you know, these people that support you and comment and like things, and then, you know, our closest friends and family tend to kind of ghost us a little bit. So it's interesting. This platform gives us a lot to reach out to the world, you know?
Whoa. Hold up. Would you guys just chill for a second? Let me get this commercial in.
What's up, everybody? My name is Will Wonder, and I started a podcast at the end of 2020. On the Will Wonder Pod, I discuss sports, music, and a myriad of other timely topics with guests weekly, as well as in-depth interviews once a month with interesting people who are doing some pretty incredible things. So if that sounds good to you, check out the Will Wonder Pod wherever you get your podcasts. Now back to Randy, Raina, and Sean.
Do you guys have other listeners in other countries? Because sometimes that's what happens as well. You get listeners in other countries.
Yeah, no, for sure. Looking at some of the like analytics and stuff for the podcast, like we have some people in France, some people in like Australia, and I don't know nobody out there. And then the vast majority are out here in the States. But it's cool to see that these platforms allow us like a big reach. So how?
And that's good.
Yeah, for sure. How has that been for you though? Like, has it been? You mentioned you've been doing it since what, 2006? You said
2000. Well, I've been funny my entire life, but I didn't really get the push out there to go and really decide to say like, yeah, till 2016. Like, I have my own podcast as well, the Kyndra Crump Show, and it's on. I started that out in July 2019. The reason I started that out was because people were like, Kyndra, you're freaking hilarious. Like you need to have your own show. So I said, okay, well, until I get some a whole cast and crew and everything, I'll just go ahead and do my little podcast. And my podcast is very random. Sometimes I'll have co-hosts on, but the thing is, I'm not paying these people, so they show up when they feel like showing up. And I'm like, guys, come on, this is fun. Come on, it can't be weeks go by and we don't have a episode. Like, how dare y'all? But it's okay. Life happens, I guess. Not really, but with all that being said, it's been pretty cool. I don't actually I like it. It's fun. The only thing is it's hard work. These people don't care about the fact if you got family issues going on. They want you to post as much as you can. I'm like, guys, these people, let me tell y'all something. People who have verified check marks, people who have a very large following, they have a team behind them. Okay, so they are always able to have ideas present. Okay, as far as with me, I'm by myself. The only person to have behind me is God, and then sometimes my prayers be going to spam. I be on the phone with God one day, and God be talking to me for 10 seconds, and when I'm about to ask him something for real, he hangs up, and I don't know when I'm gonna hear from him again. So with all that being said, it's like, people just need to get get a grip. Okay, I'm not gonna be at your beck and call posting out new material every day. Like, I have a schedule where I do it on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, where I post some type of something. On Mondays, I'm either part of the Rhythmless Nation. Yes, I'm a Black woman who can't dance. I know. It's okay. I mean, and I'm glad.
Rhythmless Nation. I love that shit. That's just
I
cool.
love, so it's like, I actually was going to be a part of Magic City, work there, until I realized I got 2 left feet. I would have been the first stripper in history bringing home pocket change. You would have thought I was working for a nonprofit organization. Okay. But with all that being said, I either post pictures of myself, with a little fun fact or something crazy. And on Wednesdays, I'll post an episode of my podcast, and I do interviews as well. So I'll post an interview if I'm ever able to get these people. And then Fridays is Kyndra Crump's public service ass whooping announcement. And I post a lot of this type of stuff on my YouTube. So I am active, but I ain't active like how you have people who post something every day, stuff like that.
Hold up, real quick. What could we find on that ass whooping announcement? What could we expect?
You can really expect me talking about how people need to do better in general, like do better with their lives in general. Like, today's episode was a commercial that I came up with the other day. So what happened was, sometimes I get people to send me their shirts, their some type of attire. Well, what happened, this particular podcast family, they sent me from, I guess it's their family, they sent me their buttercream along with soap, right? So, I be a little skeptical trying out new stuff, okay? I said, you know what, Kyndra, just go ahead and try it out. Child, when I tell you this body cream, like the way it was like mashed potatoes. It just came so smoothly as I was like, I put a little like my 2 fingers in there, like I'm about to DJ, right? I put my little 2 fingers in the little bottle, and it just came out smooth. Now, mind you, I use all natural products on my body. I'm hood bougie, okay? Because I realize you are what you eat. So I use natural products in my hair and on my body, and I eat organic food and all that type of stuff, right? So I have shea butter, this big ass tube of shea butter. Now, mind you, I try to keep that lid off so it can melt some, right? But apparently, this vent ain't hitting it, hitting the bottle enough because the shea butter is still feels like somebody's chapped ass lips. It looks like the back of Africans' feet. How come their feet is always gray? It looks charcoal. Can you Africans? I'm not gonna get on y'all because I'm about to have a whole African village with their belts attack me. So listen. It's hard, okay? It's hard like your penis is at 5 o'clock in the morning, okay? It's hard. I'm tired of like, I'm over here with a workout. I just jumped out the shower, okay? I am drenched in sweat trying to rub this shea butter all over my body. But let me tell you something. This other body butter, honey, it came off so, and it has like, it sounds so crisp, like you counting money when it comes off.
Sounds like a sponsorship.
It's amazing. It's amazing. But no, I'm saying, like, I did this episode today, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta definitely talk about it, right? And it was like a 2.5 minute commercial, and I was just rambling. So yes, I tell anybody out there, because I feel like y'all got 100,000 listeners.
I like that.
So all 100,000 of you listeners, if y'all have some product you want me to wear and do my little review, I'll do. Now, if it's a trash CD, I'll still review about the trash CD. Letting you know that, okay?
I know me and Raina were watching one. What was it about, Raina?
Oh, the Michael Jordan condom line. That one was so good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, they still ain't gonna wear it. They don't care. But, like, I feel like that might be what it's called,
Yeah, you guys should go check it out on her IG. We'll give it here at the end, but to give you the general idea, right? We like to wear, and I say we because I was part of that mix for a while. But anything Jordan, everything, Nike's gotta go. So Kyndra had a pretty funny skit in terms of like that Jordan should come out with condoms so that everybody out there goes crazy and buys them, and some really funny names for them. How did you come up with that? How does that come about?
So let me tell you something. Number one, comedy is recycled. Here's a secret to anybody out there who pays attention. Comedy is recycled. So sometimes what happens is I might find an old meme that came out years ago. Probably can't even find it on the internet, right? Find an old meme, and I'm like, shoot, let me take that meme and remix it. I could like where be in the clouds with Snoop Dogg. Okay, and then all of a sudden these funny ideas come into my head. I'm like, let me call it that. I might be going and talking about having a conversation with somebody else who's funny. Like, a lot of the comedy comes from older people. Older people are hilarious. Y'all sit down around and talk to them, man. They funny. So I asked him, can you be my ghostwriter? Like, Kyndra, I'm not on Instagram. That's fine. I don't care. Stuff like that. So, like I said, it's just more so just whatever comes to my mind. It could be a mix of old memes along with just whatever. So it's recycled. That's what I love about comedy. You can just say
real quick. We're talking about comedy real quick. Who are some of your favorite comedians, like from like the past 20 years till now?
I'm gonna give you my top 5, excluding Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor, and Kevin Hart, even though Kevin Hart's not funny. Okay, once you start wearing a dress, you already sold out. Okay, Cat Williams is funnier than Kevin Hart. All right, but Cat Williams is not white America. He's not white America funny. He didn't sell out.
I believe that. I agree with that 100%. That's where I was gonna go. But why? So you're
I'm gonna tell you why. I like Chappelle. I don't have a problem with him. But the thing is, that's everybody's top 5. I try to think outside the box. So my top 5.
I got you. Okay, because Because real quick, I'm with you on that. Like they should put you have to put him. Richard Pryor, you got to put him. So other than those guys, who's the rest?
Chris Rock.
Oh,
Cedric, the Entertainer. I like Steve Harvey.
okay.
I like Steve.
He's probably funny as hell though.
I like him. Arnez J. People sleep on Arnez J. Go look him up on Def Comedy Jam. The man's freaking amazing. And I like Carlos Miller from the 85 South Show.
Oh, he's hilarious. Oh, yeah. I like Carlos. How about you, Sean? What are some of your tops?
A lot of hers are in mine. I can't leave out Bernie Mac for me though. Bernie Mac is, for me, he's a top 5 for me. He was always raunchy and about it, and I love that shit. So he's definitely up there. But fuck, I mean, Eddie Murphy to me, he was funny as hell. I don't know.
I don't know if Raina watches enough comedy, but who are some of your favorites?
Me? I pretty much watch whatever you watch, but then you kind of stay in the white lane sometimes, Randy.
No, okay. So here's the thing. Raina likes to make fun because the thing is, like, there's some really funny people out there, and I try to watch it all. Like some of the funniest people I've ever seen: Demetri Martin, Bo Burnham, some of these guys what's his name, like Daniel Tosh. Like these guys are like funny in their own way, right? So I like to watch it all. I'm a big fan of all the ones you guys have mentioned as well. But like Jeselnik, Anthony Jeselnik, these guys are hilarious.
What's your how do you feel about DLC?
That man's trash, man. I don't know how the hell this Negro even got to the Kings of Comedy. They should have replaced him and put Eddie Griffin up in there. What type of crap is that?
Thank you. I mean, and that's another one too, Eddie Griffin, because that motherfucker's for the people. But I was like, he has some nice shit, but he ain't consistent with all this shit. I was like, come on now, you gotta come hard if you're gonna.
Yeah, it's a little hit or miss.
Like,
there was who was this? Man, he's a little absent now, but Aries Pierce. I can never say his name. That nigga was funny. Like he had that one, the JC skit, and yeah, that dude was hilarious.
Now, my folks at the Gray People Podcast, they got it on lock for all the things in the gray area. But if you're looking for more content, maybe something a little bit different, head on over to allrock.com. That's ALLRAWK.com. We have podcasts, YouTube videos, and so much more. Come over. We'd love to have you. Again, that's allrock.com. Now back to the Gray People Podcast.
No, but it's a lot of comedy out there. There's some Spanish comics out there too trying to make it, and
you know what? Did you like Mario Lopez?
George Lopez, right?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
That's what I was trying. The name, the face popped in my head.
George Lopez goes. George Lopez.
He has some of his older ones. I'm like, I can't remember what he called him, but like I'm a manager or something like that. Team leader. I'm the team leader. Like that skit was hilarious. He has some really funny stuff lately. I feel like he's gotten too political almost. Like everything's like it's just all these like politics jokes, which I don't know. I used to like more his stuff when it was about his family and his grandma and his mom and all this like. Yeah, like the real like Hispanic experience. Like I was more on board with that. Now that he's gone more to like make fun of all these politicians, like I think there's too much of that. We got the Daily Show, we got Last Week Tonight, we got all these shows making fun of like politics. I just feel like I don't know, it's a little saturated, but he's funny. Franco Escamilla, this other guy from Mexico. He's hilarious in Spanish too. But
maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like because I'm in school and I'm trying to make it out there. I don't have as much time. Like I'm at the point where I know what it feels like to be busy now. I'm like, oh my goodness. I responded back to somebody's message 12 hours later. This actually feels good because everybody does that to me. I'm like, screw all y'all. Y'all weren't doing nothing all day. You got my message. Okay. Back to the story. So,
we got a couple friends like that. That's for sure.
Wait, the couple friends that complain because y'all take
they
too long
take
to
too
No,
respond
long.
back?
the ones that take long.
No, they take way long to fucking come back. I'm like, motherfucker, you was
You
on your
know
phone the
what?
whole time.
Let me ask y'all something. What do you think is like, because I know sometimes your phone gets flooded, but like, have you ever had somebody like you were texting somebody or called somebody, they didn't call you back, or text you back to 2 weeks later, like finish up the conversation like nothing ever happened? You ever had that?
I Let me see. I want to hear
Yo.
like from these guys. I have one. I have a cousin back in Dominican Republic, and I don't use WhatsApp for like texting or anything like that, but they love that down there. So like once a week, I feel like I go in and check my messages, and she'll message me something like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'll pick it up like a week later. I'll be
So
like, "Yeah,
you're
I'm
the
good.
person
How are
that does
you?"
that.
But no, but in that case, I am, but not always. For my friends and family, I mainly try to stay up to date. Do you deal with anything like that, Sean or Raina?
Now, on the receiving end, as far as like you send a message and they don't respond,
Both. Let's
or
hear
when
it
I
both.
don't respond, I feel like I respond very quickly. So, because at the end of the day, I look at it like this: if I'm on my phone, if I'm near my phone, you're gonna get a response if you're if you're trying to get at me. I'm not gonna wait and play that mind game. As far as me getting that treatment, some people I give a benefit of the doubt because I'm like, yo, you know what? They probably are busy. But the particular ones that I know that are always on their phone, at least when I'm around, and they not responding, that's when I'm gonna give it to them. So after when they want to respond, oh my bad, I was busy. I'll let you know right then. All right, motherfucker, you were so busy because you in front of your phone when I'm around. So keep that same shit when
That's
you need
funny.
something from
I
me.
mean, but you
That's all
know
I
what?
say.
I'm gonna tell you what irks me. Like, not getting a text back or a call back within a couple days, but I see you
Oh
active on social
yeah.
media. It just triggers me. That really triggers me because I'm
Ooh,
like,
that
that
really
to
makes me
me, I
upset
feel
for
like
real.
that to me is just very inconsiderate, and I feel
It
like
Disrespectful.
is.
that's
It is.
rude. I really feel like that is.
Yeah. Yeah, like you so concerned about fucking some other bitch that's a celebrity, but you can't holler at me. What the fuck you
Mm-hmm.
talking about?
That's so true. I think we did. Didn't we do an episode on that right now? Like, well, we touched on some of that, like people not hitting you back up, or like friends that don't hit you up, and then they're all
Yeah.
active everywhere.
I just ignore everybody.
Yeah,
Did we? Shit,
I know.
we done a few episodes,
yeah.
so I be forgetting
No,
shit.
it is. It
But
is. It is.
half the time I'm freestyling this shit anyway. So
Hey, it's the way we do it.
That listen, I don't even remember what I said 5 minutes ago. So look, I understand now. I'm gonna tell you what else gets me not to want to text nobody back. If you keep, I hate what you're doing. Like, I feel like that's okay every blue moon from a person, but if they do that, like I had somebody today, literally, when it was a new follower. He just got in my inbox. He said, "Hey, what you doing?" Skirt, sorry, you're not gonna ask me how I'm doing and
oh shit.
what you doing. And you got Snapchat? Add me on Snapchat. Hey man, what's your number? I'm trying to text you. You can text me on here. What?
That's
Come
hilarious.
on now.
Like damn, if you just trying to get some pussy pictures, that's all you gotta say. But goddamn,
Be doing the
be a little
most.
Mm-mm.
sneaky.
But again, this comes from not everybody who is young is immature. Because I met some people who are like 30s, 40s, 50s, and they are immature. They act their shoe size. But at the same time, well, I find it crazy how I come across a lot of guys, like a lot of these young guys. A lot of them are, I feel like, just really young guys. Some of them are in my
Hmm.
city, and some of them are out of state. I've had one guy, dude is ugly, man. Like, if God don't like ugly, why should I? Like, he's ugly, right? And so he wanted me to come, and this is like after 2 months of having like inconsistent having conversations with him. He's like, hey, you can come live down here. No, live up north with me. I said, huh? I said, what? What? He's like, yeah, you can come live with me. Why? You
Oh
got pictures of your
no.
girlfriend. What's wrong with
Oh my
you?
gosh.
Doing the most.
I've
Wow.
had a guys ask,
He's trying to he think he's
I
saving
don't, but I
somebody.
mean,
No, you
bro,
gotta
why
save
are you
yourself.
at nobody? He said he just got his own place, so you come live with me. For what? For what? Like, I don't understand why you think that that's okay. Like, I've had guys after the third message, like on IG, hey, you wanna link right now? Want to come to my house? I said, do you normally ask women that you barely know to
Oh
come
my
over? No, I
gosh.
was just
Such
playing.
a liar.
What?
They hit you with the "I was playing." That shit.
Don't I mean I'm just saying, like, I find that so weird to me. Like, I feel like this. I think, when I love how social media is now, where people don't even have to have your phone number to reach you. Like, you can call them video chat them, message them through the web. But I've had guys who got upset because I didn't give them my number. You're like, oh, before social media, we always went to get people's number. Why don't you want to give me your number? Sir, I don't even know what your name is. You want me to call you Yo Mama is a Savage 67?
Whoa. Hold up. Would you guys just chill for a second? Let me get this commercial in. What's up, everybody? My name is Will Wonder, and I started a podcast at the end of 2020. On the Will Wonder Pod, I discuss sports, music, and a myriad of other timely topics with guests weekly, as well as in-depth interviews once a month with interesting people who are doing some pretty incredible things. So if that sounds good to you, check out the Will Wonder Pod wherever you get your podcasts. Now back to Randy, Raina, and Sean.
Like, you want me to say that as your contact because that's your IG name? Same, man. Like, I just, like, how do y'all feel? Do y'all feel like because, like when a person asks you for your number, are you more inclined to say, let me go ahead and give you my social media? Or how do you feel about that? Or it depends on how attractive they are.
Maybe it's just because I'm not saying we from the old school or nothing, because I don't feel like we old at all. It's just, I guess we from the generation where you was asking for numbers. But now it's all about that social media shit for these younger people. So
what do
I
you
don't know.
do,
I
Sean?
mean,
Well, for you it's a little
I would
bit
just say
different,
number.
Sean, right? Because a lot of times it's related to like your business, right? You're trying to get them into your shop, right? So it's like
that too. I mean, that too. That's the transition too, because like usually I want to show my work, but at the same time, just contact me if you really just need some, if you need something, right? So it's hard. Thank God I got some cards on me. I got
here's
some
my
change on
contact.
motherfuckers.
How
There you
about
go.
you, Raina?
I
It
wouldn't
has
give out my
everything you
number,
need.
like,
What?
as just like the first option. I'd rather give away my social media, I guess. And then if it gets into like some more personal stuff, then I'll give away.
Raina's the type to give her. Raina's the type to
Here's
give
my
you
aim.
like the AOL email. You go.
That's fine. I'm on the same right now. I'm with you, baby. Because I feel like, think about it like this. I think prior to social media, people have always been crazy, but at least for a fact they ain't gonna try to people can still do those text-free app lines and stuff like that and everything. But I feel like, okay, if you can pass the test of not being cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, once I give you my phone number, on top of that, it makes me realize, okay, if I'm sitting here having a message, like talking to you through DMs, are you going to sit here and text what you're doing all the time? Because if you're going to text what you're doing, you could have just kept that, on IG. I don't need you to have that in my number. How come you don't text me back? Because that's all you do is what you're doing. And it's like, bro, like, you were doing that on IG. Why'd you bring that over here?
That is true.
That's all. Hey, text me. I don't want to text you. I really don't like texting anyway. I like phone calls.
Yo, me either.
You know what's so crazy though? Like in change of like dynamics, right? Because again, we're not like super old, but you used to have game. Like it used to be like, yo, let's talk about something that's got some substance. Let's get into some real conversations. Let's see, right? Like, yeah, but now it's just like,
exactly.
2 messages deep. They want to be like, yo, now, send me a nude. I'm like, yo, what the fuck you doing? No, I swear to God, these kids nowadays, like,
these kids.
Make it sound like I'm 45.
I apologize on behalf of my generation, us 90s and 2000 babies. We are terrible. A lot of these babies are test tube babies. So, hey, blame the parents. That's what I have to say about that.
I'm blaming everybody.
No, for real. No, it's a struggle out there. Actually, that reminds me. I wanted to ask, in terms of struggle, what's been like the hardest thing that you feel you have to like overcome and say, like, people sensitivity? Because nowadays everybody's fucking sensitive as hell. Or it's I don't know. What's the biggest struggle out there trying to make it in these platforms?
People who don't want to give you a chance because they feel like you might not be a good fit for their platform. Like somebody said, "Oh, my podcast is only about mental health and STDs." So we feel like you're not a good fit for that. As if I haven't had one and not the other. Hope you guys know which one I've had. All right, but for the slow ones in the back, I'm talking about mental health. So all I'm just trying to say is, I hate people who are so quick to write you off, because if you want to have a sad ass podcast, you're not going to get far. But then again, the shade room is popping. It's all about sad and negativity. So people love that. So you might be getting popping. But I like going to people who, positivity. Like, thank you guys for not thinking I was a bot and deleting my message for giving me a chance. Shout out, y'all need y'all's credit score raised.
No,
Like I said,
for real.
I
No.
have people. I have
Yo.
people, like I said, they don't want to give me a chance. People who want me to probably pay them to promote me, and I'm like, bro, promotion is free. I don't know where that came from. $300 just to get on your interview on what?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on 60 like sister nations. You don't want to miss this. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. Okay.
For real. No, that's what, honestly, I was telling these guys, I got excited when you reached out trying to be on, because for real, it's like, we have guests here and there and we definitely love it. And I think it's about that support for each other. You can get on our for reals, right? You can get on our platform, share what you got to share. And your people will see us too. Not for nothing, but shit, you got more followers than we do. You know what I mean? So if anything, you might be doing us the favor. So I think it's that whole thing, I do think it's so true. Like, you have people trying to reach out, and instead of just support, it's always something. Quid pro quo is taking over. It's, I'll put you on my IG, but you got to pay me $50 for what?
That's a black Ponzi scheme,
to
man.
get
I tell
10
people don't.
likes. I'm gonna pay you $300 so you can get me 10 likes. I don't think so.
Exactly. And I'm like, bro,
I get 10 likes myself.
like, y'all, like, if you are hurting for money, the airport is always hiring, man.
For real.
So look at that.
No, I love it. No, thanks for coming on. We definitely appreciate it. It's been, for real, probably the funniest conversation I feel we've had.
Thank you guys for letting me be myself, because I'm telling you, man, I be having to cut it on and cut it off. I'm like, oh, Kyndra, don't know language. Don't say this joke, Kyndra. Don't say that. Like, I literally, and they're like, oh, make sure you don't talk about this group. Don't say this. I'm like, bro, like, okay, thank you. I'll abide by y'all's rules. Hey, make sure you promote us 50,000 times.
I know.
You didn't tell me that.
No.
What? I think, and on top of that, I think what ends up happening is people. This is what people feel, and I'm gonna leave the audience with a quick little gem. Just because you tell someone to shout you out does not mean that people are going to decide to say, hey, let me go ahead and follow this person that they shouted out. You have to do something in order for a person to follow, to want to shout you out and everything else. Stuff like that. Hey, how come I don't have any increase of followers? You got a lot of followers. Well, these people are grown adults who don't really care to look at what a kid has to put out. You ain't putting out nothing interesting.
Maybe.
How come you don't want to follow me? Sir, you have nothing on your page.
Shit.
Okay, you got nothing but guns and money. Do you think I want to follow that? That's negativity.
No, for real.
You know what though? I do be following some of them weed ones, because I'm like, yo, some of that shit looks pretty good.
Like,
that stuff is Photoshop. Don't believe the hype.
No, for real. Tell these people where they can find you, Kyndra.
Yes, Instagram is Idolize Dynasty, IDOLIZEDYNASTY. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, right now I just checked the board. It's at 1.5K subscribers. So I'm doing pretty good, people. Yeah. I'm doing pretty good. It's Kyndra Crump, and it's KY, N as in Nancy, D as in Dick, because a lot of y'all, y'all ain't got a lot of big dicks out here. How come? Shout out to them niggas out there with big dicks, all right? We love you. You guys are few and far in between, okay? R as in rump, because I got a fat one and it's real. Shout out to women with real booties, right? You got a big booty.
I'm working on
it. I feel like you got, or you got a pancake butt. Okay, well, they said anal sex works. I didn't know that came from somebody. I don't know who came. Anyway, A is an apple. So KYNDRA space, because a lot of y'all ain't the highest rated weed in the dispensary. CRUMP. Okay, and then you can follow me, subscribe to my podcast, The Kyndra Crump Show, and it's Kyndra with a Y. And then it's on Apple. I'm gonna one day be on Pandora. I'm speaking that into existence. I don't know how I gotta do it. I don't know what dick I have to suck, but one day I'm gonna be on Pandora, and my podcast is gonna be on there.
Love it.
All right, that's all I say. Oh, I want to shout out to my husband in the game, rapper in the game. He knows what's up. All right.
I know. I said, hold on, what?
No, it's real.
He doesn't have you verified yet.
We working on it. We have an open relationship, so.
No, it's been dope having you for sure. No, thanks for dropping by. We definitely appreciate it. Again, go ahead, and I'll put the information on the description of the episode when I put it up, so that people know where to follow. But yeah, we appreciate having you on. Everybody that's listening, thanks for following the Great People Podcast. Listening again, as you heard through this episode, it's hard to get the support to grow. So we definitely appreciate those of you supporting us. If you're listening somewhere where you can leave us a review, please do leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what topics you want to hear. If you want to be on the show, let us know. We would love to have you on. And yeah.
Okay.